Hi everybody, this is Demari, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the October monthly tarot reading for the sign of Aries. Now, as you know, I'll be using a Celtic Cross style spread if you've watched my previous one for September, using the well-known tarot clarified with the intuitive as always. So first of all, thank you to everyone that's been subscribing, that's been watching my videos, that's been liking, commenting, giving me feedback, sharing even. It's been awesome. I really appreciate your support. It gives me so much enthusiasm and encouragement to keep moving forward with them. So I'm really glad that you're finding them useful and that you enjoy the content that I'm bringing you. So now what I'm going to be doing is just pulling out the full spread, and then I'll clarify afterwards where I need to specific messages. Bearing in mind, of course, this is a general reading, so it may not apply to you. If it doesn't, then you can check out your sun, moon and rising signs depending on what signs are in your chart, and then you can see if perhaps one of the other videos are more relevant to you at this time. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull the spread for you, and then I will explain. So this is for the month, as I said, for the month of October. And this is probably going to carry out over the course of the month, okay? So there's some things that may come to your awareness at that time. And there may be some things that don't quite play out until later on in the month. So you'll just have to see how things go. And of course, as I said, if not everything applies here, that's fine. It may be a message for someone else. So keep that in mind. Don't try and force something to your specific circumstance if it doesn't resonate with yourself, okay? So it's just important to know that. Okay then, so let's get stuck in for you then, Aries. So in your present circumstance, you have the Lovers. So this could be in relation to obviously a specific person, a love interest, or maybe you're connecting with someone that you've had your eye on for some time. Maybe you're feeling like the connection is finally coming together at this time. Or it could be that you're just beginning to really step into that space of self-loving, right? Because this is also Gemini's card, right? The Lovers. So it could also be about bringing balance within yourself, right? Really embarking on that self-love journey. So either way, it's beautiful energy I'm sensing here. It's either, really connecting with someone on an emotional level, or it's just the reconciliation of your two aspects, the light and the shadow, and really just coming into harmony within yourself, okay, at this time. So that's beautiful energy, the way I like it a lot. So in regards to your recent, before I get to that, in regards to the challenge surrounding this though, is the Son of Swords in the upright, so that's the Knight of Swords. So if this is in regards to a connection with someone else, be careful that you're not rushing too fast, that you're not too quick to communicate things, that may not be sincere, right? What I mean is just that, not that you don't feel this connection with someone, but maybe you're trying to move too fast and trying to communicate too much too quickly without really having a clear sense of what it is that you want from the situation, or how exactly you feel about this person, and whether or not you see something long term, or if you're wanting to take it just slowly and see where it goes, okay? So just be careful that you don't rush too quickly because your emotions are high at this time, right? If it is in relation to yourself, try not to rush this journey, okay? It's a process, it takes time. And try not to rationalize things too much, because that will hinder your progress also, right? There may be certain feelings come to the surface, there may be some inner knowing and some intuition, and maybe even some spiritual things are happening around you at this time, and you're trying too hard to rationalize everything, view it from a very clinical way, which you can't at this point, okay? You need to kind of embrace that knowing and that intuition coming from that spirit, rather than, full-on left brain thinking, okay? So you kind of need to surrender that a little bit at this time. So in regards to your recent past, you have the Nine of Wands. So that's in relation to some of the obstacles you've had to face to really bring this healing journey or this part of the healing journey to a close, right? You've had to release yourself of some burdens, even those that are linked to people and circumstances, places, and even things that you're passionate about, okay? So even things that you once loved to do, or people you were once in love with, or people you were once, had a very good bond with, some of them you've had to let go in order to ascend, and really make sense of what it is that you need and want and desire at this time. So you've had a lot of shedding to do in the recent past, okay? And I feel like you're still kind of on that path at this time, that there's still some things that you're overcoming, right? As you step into this space of knowing. And then in your near future, you do have the Tower though. So I feel like there's some huge revelation that's going to come to you in regards to that particular aspect of your life. There's some healing that needs to be done, of course, once this takes place. And as I said, I didn't feel like you were quite at the top of this stairway yet, but you're en route, okay? You're on track. But something is going to come to a head. And it is going to be a Tower moment. It's going to be quite hard for some of you, because it was something that you were that was very close to your heart. So it could be a connection from the past that you're having to let go of because something comes into your awareness, or it could be simply the last hurdle of having to let your old self go. Because as I said, I see for some of you this is definitely a self-love journey, a healing journey, coming into this newness, spiritual awakening, that sort of thing. So there may be some last part of your old self that you're struggling to let go of, but you have something happens that kind of forces you to let go, right? And then in regards to your emotions, you have the Three of Pentacles. So again, I feel like there's more hurdles, more challenges. You're having to take steps to change your reality, right? There's certain things that need to be manifested at this time. And that's going to take a lot of strength and courage on your part to do so, because you're still recovering, right? There's still some wounds that are being healed, and this thing that comes into your awareness may make you not want to, take certain steps forward, but you're going to do it anyway because you know you have to, because you know that's the way out of this situation, these feelings that you've had, right? Of being stuck or feeling like, your whole world's been tipped upside down, okay? So don't let this Tower moment stop you from where you're going, okay? That's the important message here, because I know that it is going to be daunting for you, and you may see something that you feel like you can't overcome, right? Some hurdle, some obstacle, some blockage, but you can. It's absolutely within your power to overcome whatever challenge that's going to present itself to you in the month of October, okay? It's important that you know that. So in regards to what it is that's within your power to affect, you have the Three of Cups. So you can communicate what it is that you're feeling and thinking, what you need to move forward, right? But this can also mean celebration. Partying with friends, hanging out with people that you care about, enjoying life, not allowing yourself to get too bogged down with the heavier things, right? Allowing yourself that space for, playfulness and freedom and exploration, right? So it may be that for some of you, you're kind of gonna play the field a little bit before you really think about maybe settling down with someone new. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt that when I picked this up, but some of you are gonna be in some very interesting situations, to really put it that way. Moving on, but yeah, for some others of you, it's just a case of, you're going to come out of your shell and you're going to be a bit more sociable at this time, because I feel like you were in hermit energy in the recent past, but now you're going to be more sociable. You're going to start coming out of your shell more and just really enjoying the little things in life. That's what you need to be doing, okay? So in regards to the position of the advice, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So things are coming to a head. Your circumstances are changing, but you don't need to force anything, right? It's happening anyway. And you are doing things that are going to affect, obviously, the course of your reality. You're not just sitting back on your laurels and, you know, expecting things to just happen around you. You are taking action, but obviously it's a process. It takes time. Certain things take time. So just trust in that. Trust that things are changing, that you're doing the right thing, you're taking things step by step, and you don't need to rush. As I said with this, you don't need to rush your healing, you don't need to rush your progress. Sorry, that should be that way. You don't need to rush towards someone new. Even though I see a new connection coming in for some of you, you don't have to rush it. Allow it to happen more naturally, and it will come together. You know, you need to kind of enjoy this playful energy a little bit, and you know, give yourself the time to do the healing. But yeah, it is coming to a close. These past circumstances that you're leaving behind, that chapter will be finished with completely very soon, but it's just things got to fall into place first, right? So that's what's happening. So just trust in that process, in divine timing. So in the position of your fears, you've got the Daughter of Wands in reverse. So that's the Page of Wands, and I feel like you know that as much as you might play the field a little bit, that's not really what you want. That's not what's going to make you happy. And what you want is something solid with someone, but you may not see that happening at this time. Even though it's what you want, you don't see it happening. Or it may be that you're trying to create something. You want something creative, or there's a passion project there that you're trying to embark on, but you're not quite making it happen yet, and you're worried that it's not going to pan out for some reason. Okay, so take it however it resonates. But there's nothing so far that's suggesting that's beyond your means, right? It's just that may be one of these obstacles that you have to face, right? The logistics of how you can make this work, particularly if it involves other people. You may have to see the best way to actually bring people together to collaborate on this project, right? So again, take it however it resonates if it does. So in regards to your hopes, you've got the Seven of Pentacles, investment. So it could be that you want to invest in this passion project, but you want to make sure that you have all your bases covered first, that you have the means to do so. It could be that you need to ask for investment, right, to get this project off the ground. Or it could be that you want to invest in a relationship, but you're not sure if the other person is ready. So that's a communication, that's something you have to discuss, right? So again, take it however it resonates, but you're trying to get something off the ground, either a project or a relationship. You're trying to get it off the ground, but you need to see if all parties involved are on the same page, right? And then in regards to the outcome, you actually got two cards. So you've got Judgment in reverse. So not allowing things to just happen to you, but actively participating in the manifestation of your reality, which I feel like you are doing to some extent, but maybe you need to have a little more faith that that's going to pan out, I feel like. And also with the Father of Cups in reverse, that's the King of Cups in reverse, you're a little bit hesitant to rely so heavily on your emotional aspects, right? Your feelings, what it is that you are craving emotionally. You're kind of resisting that a little bit because you're afraid that you're going to get burned. Whether it's in regards to this project or whether it's in regards to a new relationship or connection, I feel like you're trying to guard yourself, guard your emotions a little bit, because you're afraid with this Tower that you're going to be burned. But not necessarily. I don't feel like that's necessarily the case. So let's do some clarification for you, Aries, to see what exactly is going on here. So first of all, yeah, I want to clarify the Lovers. Because as I said, I feel like for some of you it's definitely a passion project. For some of you it is a new relationship or a relationship of some description. So, okay, so you have the Fool in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. So this is not someone new, actually. actually. This is not a new connection. This is not a new relationship. This is revisiting possibly the past and trying to create a new beginning with a connection from the past. That's interesting. For those of you where it's, again, the self-love journey, you're having to go back, right? And do a lot of introspective work, a lot of healing, and you're having to reevaluate what it is that you want. You're having to look back all the way to your childhood to see what it is that you are most passionate about, what makes your soul sing, where are you most aligned, and really focusing on those things and shedding the things, the learned behaviors, the toxic thought processes, the traumas that you accumulate over the years, so you can find that joy again, so you can do the healing, and so you can move forward with what it is that you actually care about and what you're passionate about. So take it however it resonates on that level. Now, in regards to this tower, I want to have a look at this tower in your near future. I'm not going to clarify them all because I don't feel like all of them need clarifying, but this tower is quite important. Okay, yeah. Moon cards, so something's going to come into your awareness, something that's very emotional for you, because obviously the moon is water energy, that's Pisces energy, I believe. And yeah, something's going to come into your awareness that's going to basically have a shattering effect so that something new can occur, okay? It's going to be like a hard reset for you, that's what I see. Yeah, because we've got 3 swords in reverse, so it may be that you end up finding yourself entangled in some kind of dispute, or that you realize that maybe this person that you're trying to reconnect with is potentially connecting with someone else. Or that that you are connecting with someone else, and you realize that that you don't want this new connection, that you're actually fixated on an old connection, right? So it could be that you're kind of in this third-party situation yourself, so it could apply in different ways, and you're having that realization that, oh, I've been connecting with this person, but actually I'm still in love with this person, right? So it can be that. Or if it's not that, if it's not a relationship or a connection in that way, it could be that you've just realized that some of the things that you maybe have been blaming for your past mistakes, for your anger or upset, the things that hurt you, may not necessarily fall completely on the people you think it does. That maybe there were other parties involved that are also that ought to take responsibility. Maybe one of those including yourself, okay? Or it could even be the fact that you've decided that rather than holding these people at ransom, you've come to realize that the only way you can truly heal yourself and free yourself from these bonds of trauma is to forgive them, right? So take it however it resonates. Then you also got the 6 of Swords in reverse, so I feel like I feel like if this is a romance thing, you are not moving towards this new person. You're going back. You're going back to this other person. You just literally, like, you were making moves towards this person and then you stop dead in your tracks. You realize, and then you backpedal and you start moving backwards away from them towards this other person. That's what I'm seeing. Like you literally just stop the car and turn around, do a U-turn and go back. That's what I'm feeling with this. But if it's not that, then this, in regards to your healing work, this thing stops you in your tracks. Maybe someone in your family reveals something to you that makes you see more clearly what it is that happens surrounding a given circumstance, and that's what changes your perspective on it. So rather than blaming and having this resentment for those people, you actually choose to forgive them so that you can heal and move on, because something was brought to your awareness about the circumstance that you didn't know previously. Or it's just a change of heart. But I feel like it's not it. I feel like it's information. Some information comes into your awareness and then you choose to take a different path, okay? In regards to that. So, just want to clarify this, this Three of Pentacles in your emotions, see how you're feeling, because you're feeling quite burdened by it all, as I can see, that you know you have more obstacles, there's a way to go yet, and you're feeling burdened by the whole journey at this point. Okay, yeah, you got the Eight of Cups in reverse, so it's just kind of taking its toll on you emotionally. You kind of drained from it all, but it's also cathartic. You know that this is releasing you from certain karmic cycles. It's releasing you from certain feelings and traumas that you have from the past, right? So it's catharsis more than anything. And that's why you got the Nine of Cups as well. It's just this release after release after release, right? So that you can get into that Ten of Cups space and have this fresh, clean slate and new beginning, right? But then right now there's still some purging that's taking place. Okay. Especially because in your advice you have that Ten of Pentacles, and just now just in the Five of Cups in reverse. So you know that this is for your best good, right? Your highest good, to have this purging so you can move forward. And with the Nine of Pentacles as well, it's just a case of this is preparing you for something so much more. Okay, that's the important thing to know, that you're not going to be stuck in this. You are being prepared for something way more. Okay. All right, and you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse as well. So just clarifying that there's things that need to take place first in order to prepare you for that journey. All right. And then any last parting advice that we can give you at this point? Two of Wands, So really reinforcing that balance within yourself, that equilibrium, that strength of conviction, the alchemizing of your pain into something that resembles inner peace, and coming into that space of stability and knowing, and really being quite powerful, stepping into your power here. I feel like that's the real message with that it's within your grasp, it's within your reach. You can step into that space of knowing, of empowerment, that is on the horizon for you, but you've just got some healing and inner work to do still, but you're getting there. You're making, enormous steps, taking enormous steps forward. You're making excellent progress, so keep going. And in regards to this connection, whoever it is that you're wishing to be with, regardless of the circumstances and whatever plays out, you are strong enough to move past it, even if it doesn't come together or even if it does. Regardless, you need to know that you are strong and capable, and that you're not reliant on anyone else, right? That you are enough within yourself. And this connection would only ever have to be a bonus or something that complements you, right? So keep that in mind. But yeah, I hope this was helpful, Aries. Even if it's in relation to a connection, I feel like there's a lot of messages of self-worth, self-love, self-empowerment here. So really take that on board. And yeah, do let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed it, let me know. If you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I wish you all the best on this journey. I think you're doing amazingly well. So just keep going, and honestly, you'll be unstoppable. So just take care for now. And yeah, we'll see what happens next very soon.